Hey guys, what's going on? Today is April the 3rd and it's Friday. It's a beautiful day. Let me show you around where I am. Actually, I'm somewhere it's not a park, but it's a very beautiful avenue here. Quiet so I can talk to you guys. Okay, let's get started. It's a beautiful April day, and I'm just gonna talk as I walk through the avenue here. So, what's the current situation like here in China? So today's topic is about the numbers that China reports. Are they real? Are they fake? Are they 10 times as much? You know, the actual numbers. Let me get back to this before I want to give you a few numbers, like what the current situation is. So active cases still 2,800, and I think the death rate, the numbers of death is about 3,000 something. I don't know, 4,000. I don't have the exact number now, but it's relatively low compared to Europe and the United States. That's why a lot of people say these numbers are fake and stuff. So let's say these numbers are fake. So like these people in the Western media telling you that the numbers are easily like 10 times as much. Let's say like the total cases in China are roughly about 90 to 100,000. Let's say it's like 10 times. It's 1 million cases. Okay, let's say it's 1 million cases. That was like 2 months ago. And now they have come down to 2,800. Let's say it's fake too. Like it's still 28,000. But why would they want to do this? Like they just lifted a bunch of restrictions. People have gone back to work and stuff. So if they're faking the numbers and they're not real, why the hell are they doing this? Like they're lifting restrictions. Like that doesn't mean they're giving up. There's like too many cases. So why would they start in the first place with like trying to contain this virus if they have 50 times more, like 5 million people, I don't know, infected? So why would they stop the entire economy for 2 months and doing all these efforts, you know, to contain this virus? And after 2 months, they say, okay, we got this under control, and now we're gonna lift a few restrictions and see how it goes. Now we're down to 2,800 cases, and most of the cases are coming back from overseas, you know, most of them. So that's why they suspended most of the flights and stuff to make sure, you know, they're not like getting reinfected again by this. So they should entirely just suspend all flights from foreign countries. So who cares? So yeah, so it's really hard to explain to these people reading their fake news and Western news, CNN, BBC, DW, and what have you. All these are Fox News and all these funny ass Bloomberg, even Bloomberg. Oh my gosh, I know somebody from Bloomberg here in China. He says like, we're factual. We're just like, you know, going by the numbers and stuff. That bias is hell. What can I say? I mean, if you say everything is fake, even like a person like living here, gosh, it looks like I'm trying to convince you guys, you know, that the numbers are real. But, you know, as soon as you say this, oh, you're working for a CCP and you get paid by the government and stuff, you can write in the comment section where I can get paid. I'll be happy to get an extra check for doing this, because I'm doing this for free, man. Man, I got a busy job, and I got to spend some extra time to tell you guys about this. But the reason why I'm coming out is just reading all this horrendous news about China and all that stuff. all this just crazy news, and then it seems like a lot of people are believing in this, and it's an outrage, man. So now I'm just coming out and telling you, just like from the perspective of a person that lives here. I mean, I'm not a scientist, like I'm not working for government. I don't know the real numbers. You don't either, nobody knows. But I can tell you, living through the time when the outbreak happened here 2 months ago until now, I stayed the past 5-6 months like here in China. So all I can tell you is like what happened the past few months. And if you tell me like I'm fake too, I get paid by the government to say this, I can't really say anything about, so you might say I have a green screen in the back pretending to be in China. Oh god, yeah, people go as far as this, Gosh, I already spoke half hour in Cantonese about this, so my voice is a little scratchy. So I'm trying my best to convey you, my thoughts and my opinion about this. So just as April, like beginning of April, so they have lifted a lot of restrictions here. Even where I live in my apartment complex, they still have a checkpoint, but they don't really check you like everybody, like the temperature, like if you live there. So it's kind of like if you're suspicious, maybe you don't live there, they may check you. But for sure they have lifted the restrictions for deliveries. So before we had to, when the delivery guy came, I would call us and then tell us, yeah, you need to pick it up outside the checkpoint. And so they have lifted this, so they will deliver it to your house, and then knocking at your door, and you just deliver it there. So, which is good. So, and I went to different cities, and yeah, it's when I came back to Shanghai, I didn't have to scan a code anymore. So I just walked past through the security or whatever. Like they didn't check my barcode or like enter any information, declarations and stuff. Gosh, I need to drink some. Let's say everything is fake, all the numbers and stuff. So if that is the case, if they fake it is 10 times or 20 times as much, so they would have millions of cases, and their hospitals, ICUs would be overwhelmed. You don't think like anybody would cry and coming out, and then the entire nation would be like a chaotic society. And if there's so many people dying and stuff, don't you think like something is wrong? Do you think they still can control this? Like they just lifted a lot of bans here. You can just walk around. Officially, you don't have to wear a mask anymore, but I would say 95% of people are still wearing a mask because they're just terrified by this, I don't want to get infected by somebody else, who's not wearing a mask. So if somebody's not wearing a mask, I would say like, oh dude, you better wear a mask, man. Not because like they lifted the ban or like for your own safety, but for everybody's safety, Just wear a fucking mask, So everybody wears it. If you don't wear this, it's weird. So, I'm getting paid, again, because I'm working for the government and all that shit. I mean, give me a fucking break. If they pay me, like, give me the address, I'll sign up. I'll apply for that. I know Western media, the CIA would fucking pay you, like NED, if you work for them and talk smack about China, they fucking pay you. But they ain't no fucking fundings you get from the government here, Yeah, they say that China fudged the numbers and stuff, But in reality, U.S. has almost like 250,000 of cases, and the death rate probably is not accurate. because once they have more cases like identified, there's going to be more people like this, the percentage of old people is going to die. They have a higher percentage of dying, so there's going to be a lot more. I think Fauci's already said it. We may anticipate 200,000 deaths, but I'm sure he's just exaggerating. I mean, not exaggerating. I mean, considering that there's a lot of homeless people and the system is just not working. The healthcare system is not working. Even Italy, with apparently the state-of-the-art healthcare system, they have over 10,000 right now. It's like, I don't know, 12,000 deaths already. So their capacity seems to be overwhelmed. The healthcare system. So I mean, U.S. is way worse than Italy. If you look at the healthcare system. And now, who's fudging a number now? Okay, like, if there's only one country who can give you accurate number, it's China. You know why? Because they have the technology, and they have very strict measurements, to contract tracing, better ways to contract tracing. They had this actually contract tracing prior, like from the very beginning already, but then got criticized of like that's an invasion of privacy and all that crap. And now Europe, United States, are doing the same shit, but then they don't call it like invasion of privacy. It's called whatever they call it. I don't know. It's mandatory. It's for the safety of the people. But when China did it, it's human rights violation, all that crap. Yeah, 250,000 cases. It's not looking good. And then initially, like, the UK proposed like the herd immunity crap idea, but it was like quickly dismissed because the thing is, like, at the beginning they didn't have the capacity or like competency to actually do. They didn't know what to do at the beginning. Still they don't. They're still debating if they should mandate a mask, wearing a mask and all that crap. By that time, like 2 weeks passed, a month passed, and still have this debate what to do. The reason why the numbers in China are more accurate because of the technology, because of the strict measures they took, and a very fast response. And they sacrifice everything to just save people. Oh shit! When I say this, a lot of people like saying, "Oh gosh, you're getting paid to saying this, man." Oh gosh. So it's really hard to, when something sounds too good, it must be fake. It can't be real. But anyways, they mobilized a lot of medical personnel to the epicenter in Wuhan to fight the virus and then to do whatever it takes to just contain the virus. So they succeeded in 2 months, and then before it was criticized, like all these harsh measures and stuff. And now they're doing the same shit in the States and Europe, and then it's called democracy, and all that crap. I mean, give me a break, Jesus Christ. Also, what happened is like everybody was working together. That was really important to contain this virus. Unlike the West, is still of individual freedoms, and people think like, I shouldn't do this because I want to live freely. That's pretty ignorant and selfish. It's just like, I'm young, so I should be okay, so I don't give a shit. So I'm not gonna follow your rules and orders and stuff because we live in a democracy. This video was about if the numbers are real or not, but as I said, like, I'm just a normal person living here. I'm just telling you what happened here, and they just reopened the economy here again after sacrificing for 2 months to fight the virus, and there's a lot of sacrifice and they took, and now they're getting back to normal now slowly. And hopefully, yeah, they're getting over this in a month, and I'm still waiting for the rest of the world to catch up, because they're slow, and then play the blame game all the time, saying this and that. Oh, by the way, China just sent a lot of masks and medical supplies to Europe and the States, and I'm not sure if it was a donation or a sell, some for donations for and then for some sales, and Spain, and I'm not sure if US actually they received, Trump actually acknowledged that they have received help from Russia and China. But then in some countries they complained that the masks were not up to their standards, and I was like, really? I didn't even have like a lot of masks when this thing started here, and I didn't even complain. And now you're getting help from China and you complain you're not getting the right standards and stuff. Give me a fucking break. I mean, it's like saying when you're stranded on some islands, and you're really hungry, and I'm sending you some food, a bag of rice, and you complain, oh no, that's not the right food, I want spaghetti, man. Like, this is unacceptable, and you send me a bag of rice. Who do you think I am, Send me a bag of rice. I need spaghetti, So that's the kind of the same attitude, It's just kind of stupid, when people are trying to help you, and you give them give them a lot of shit back, for not sending them or giving them the standards that you are used to, whatever standard that is, I was wearing just regular masks here, I'm not expecting some N95s here, because I didn't have that at the beginning. Now I can buy them, but then, you do whatever is best to protect you and protect others. But I don't complain, oh, I'm not getting the right one, so I'm not gonna wear this, because I'm special, So yeah, that's the kind of attitude, they have right now. So I was gonna say F you, but anyways, that's my rant for today, April 3rd, on a beautiful Friday afternoon here. I'm just at downtown, just showing you. I haven't been back to downtown for a while, just show you guys what it looks like here. Sort of downtown, not really downish, but it's back in full swing, the city. But it's not as much as it was like before. It's just slowly coming back, people. So it's all good. This is one of the most expensive malls here. IAPM. So here you can see Apple is back too. I guess it's not as crowded as before. Versace, Gucci. Yeah, pretty back to normal here. Starbucks. Yeah. So that's 7 p.m. in the evening. So actually, it's more packed usually. Actually, it's actually Friday night. It should be a lot more people, but it takes time. The people coming back here. So this is the major bar street here. Normally, it's not packed, but it's a lot more than usual here. So yeah, this is an area where probably a lot of foreigners hang out here in the bars and stuff. So let's see. Yeah, there's some people here. It's still cold here, but it's actually the bar's getting back. You know, it's not looking too bad. So, this is pretty packed here for, you know.